Earlier today, one of our deputies had a man in custody at one of our districts here off of 920 East Van Buren. He was processing the suspect who was wanted on felony warrants. Some point in time thereafter, another deputy inside the district found him unconscious, bleeding from the face. The deputies rendered aid, searched the district. Suspect had fled. He had taken the deputy's car, crashed through the fence, and fled the area. We believe that he then carjacked another vehicle. As it stands, multiple police agencies throughout the valley, to include Maricopa County Sheriff's Office, DPS, Phoenix PD, Avondale, and others, are on a manhunt to catch this suspect, who is armed and dangerous. Our deputy, who is just under a 3-year veteran, is on life support. We are putting a $10,000 reward, sponsored by Silent Witness, on the head of the suspect. His name is Clinton Robert Hurley, born November of 1990. The suspect was released from the Department of Corrections in December, where he was in custody for sex offenses against children. He's obviously armed and dangerous. And as I stand here in front of you, I can't help but express that during a time when men and women in law enforcement who face scrutiny, sometimes demonization, are expected to be perfect and underappreciated, that a scumbag piece of shit out of the Department of Corrections can put him on life support when he comes to work every day in uniform to keep this community safe. So now the question is, what is this community willing to do to make sure that this suspect either goes back to prison or somewhere else for the actions against this deputy? Because this is not a singular issue. Just yesterday I was in Tucson at a funeral for a DEA agent. So it's time to make a choice. Yes, law enforcement has to be better, but it's time to make a choice and recognize that there are evil people in the world that wish to do you harm and your children, and men and women in uniform. And this is the perfect example of what evil looks like. So the organizations I mentioned will be scouring this community throughout the state until we locate him and take him off the streets. If you are harboring him or helping him in any way, you will become part of the target of law enforcement, because you are keeping a dangerous person in the community when they should be behind bars. If you have information where he is, I highly recommend you call and provide that information. There's not much more to be said. This is what real law enforcement looks like. This is the challenges and difficulties, and either you stand with us in fighting evil, or evil wins out. So unless a miracle happens, which I hope that it does, and I pray for this young man, that he survives these injuries, somebody who doesn't deserve to live in a free society assaulted a good young man who was willing to fight to protect you and your family. That's all I have to say today. You'll get information, the photograph, and the information on the suspect, but this is where the rubber meets the road. Are you going to stand with us and get bad people off the street, or are you going to scrutinize good men and women who have the conviction, the courage, and the willingness to do a difficult job in the face of scrutiny? Thank you.